Hello guys, this is Ikenna 351. I'm having fun right now. In fact, a few minutes ago I went out on my street and bought what we call suya. And I've been chewing it. This is it. This is the pack, and I think this is the last one. This is the last one I'm yet to chew. And of course, you know my brand. So I was eating, enjoying myself, and I was like, wow, I can actually do a video and talk about a subject, that I've been opening my mind for a very long time now. So I started, let me just do a video. It's going to be, I'm going to rant for, I don't know, maybe 1 hour or less or more. It's going to be a long video because of what the nature of what I want to talk about. But before I go into that, just want to present these two, because I always recommend this in all my videos. This Guinness Extra Stout. This is Guinness Extra Falling Stout and the Guinness African Special Stout. They are both 450 ml, and the African Special is 5% alcohol volume, while the Falling Extra Stout is 7.5 alcohol volume. So this is the one I'm taking today. So this one probably tomorrow. So but both are very, very good. These are masculine drink. So I would suggest and encourage you, if you are a man, to go for this, unless you have feminine energy anyway. Then the next thing is this Red Bull. This is a very good drink. See, I'm very serious about this. A very, very good drink. If you want to travel, I always encourage and recommend road trips or long distance driving. In fact, I love long distance driving. So if you are the type that do long distance driving, or you are trying to get back your masculine energy back, or you want to find exciting things in your life as a man, if you have a car, embark on journeys once in a while. Don't forget about plane or something. Drive with your car. It's very, very good. By the time you come back, you become a changed man, honestly. And this keeps you awake on the steering. You won't believe this. You may be thinking, oh, you will take, it doesn't matter, I can take longer sleep longer than I used to before you go on, start the journey. But anything can make you fall into sleep. But this will not allow it. Very, very good. Red Bull. Highly recommended. Always have it whenever you are traveling. So, I've been getting a lot of emails, from people asking me, why do I encourage selfishness? Why do I always ask people to always be selfish and all that? So I was like, see, it all depends on where we vibrate, the frequency where we all vibrate. That's one when things could make sense to you or not make sense to you. For example, when I mean be selfish, it does not necessarily mean manipulate other people for your own interest. No, that's not what I mean. Being selfish means self-interest, self-preservation. It's always about self. But of course, like I said in my previous video, a lot of people, especially the men have been screwed up right here. There are so many belief systems that screwed up men that to them, they see selfish, they define it as something bad. But funny enough, they accept women to be selfish, but not themselves. The funny thing is that they don't even see what women do as selfishness. So I'm going to tell a story, maybe one or two, to portray what could happen to you when you are not selfish. This is personal experience. Because I know that sometimes when you share your personal experience on certain matters or subjects, it will, not just may, it will resonate with one or two persons because of how your story relates to what they have also experienced in the past. So that's what I'm going to do here. It doesn't matter if it doesn't, a lot of people may not like it, may not like what I preach about selfishness, but it could be somebody somewhere thousands or hundreds of thousands of miles away from here that this video is going to touch. What I do is not to motivate. No, I do to inspire. I'm not asking you to follow my step. I'm only asking you to, when I inspire you, you follow your own path. Okay, so I'll start with the first story. Like I said, this video is about what could happen to you when you choose to be unselfish. So here it goes. Sometime, of course, before 2014, I think, in fact, from how, I don't know, in the 90s, maybe 97 or thereabouts, I tell whoever that care to listen that I love Pojoka so much. I not just talking, I put it into practice. I act on it. So people see that and probably we are inspired as well. I remembered while I was I think in my final year. Was it final year? No, I've left school that time. I've left university that time. So one of my cousins asked me to help him to get a Pojo as well, a Pojo 505. So I also did that. I helped him to do that because of he was seeing how I was using. Then I was using my father's Pojo 504. So he was seeing how I was using the car and how he was serving me and all that. And how I praised the car, So he got interested and all that. So this is what I've been doing for a very long time until in 2014. That's 2014, right here in Abuja. By that time, I've gone online and continued, though in a different way. So continue the way, it's more like that is my life. So I continued that way and so I was like, okay, in 2014, I realized that a lot of people, there's no platform, to bring all Pojo users together. Because people, more like, I don't even know how to say, would I say they were scared to speak up about their Pojo cars? Or probably scared to appreciate their Pojo cars or whatever. Because, of course, in Nigeria, basically, maybe it has dropped now, unlike prior to 2014. People, majority drives other brands like Japanese and all that. And in fact, it was more like a taboo to suggest to somebody or to say that you drive a Pojo car and all that. So I said, okay, let me just create a platform where people can come in and be free to, share experiences, appreciate their cars together. Maybe once in a while, if anyone is having one or two issues with Pojo car, we could come in. Of course, I've gathered a lot of knowledge on the brand, how to diagnose repairs and all that. So I could help out, and other people in the forum who have the ideas and the experience could also help. So I created the forum, and it's not just on one platform. Created it on about 4 or 5 social media stuff, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, all that. So it started, and before I could know it, membership grew up close to 1,000 or more. I'm talking of international. So there are a lot of members. Even in the WhatsApp group, we have to. I think we had that. The point it grew up to 4 different houses with over 200 members. So yeah, that was my creation. And so as it was going on, people, of course, not everybody liked the way I structured it. So some people will criticize it. What do you expect? You can't please everybody anyway. That's a nice one. Honestly, if you are a man, go and get Guinness Stout. So of course there were more men in the group. Call it the Lion community. The Lion community. So there are more men than women. So in 2014. No. When did this happen? No, I created it in 2014, but I think it was in 2015 or so. One of the members, a woman, she also, I don't know where she is now, but at that time she lived in Abuja as well, where I live right now. So of course, she saw how good I am with Pojo cars, the systems and all that, and how I help people, explaining to them, always coming to their aid, helping them out, most times online or in those groups, explaining what they could do to fix their vehicle, depending on the description they were able to provide in those groups and all that. So she said she was having an issue with one of her Pojo, with her Pojo car, a Pojo 406. Actually has Pojo 406 with EW10J4 engine and 5-speed manual gearbox. So I think it was in 2015, just don't remember. So I said, okay, fine. Either 2015 or 2016, whatever. No, 2015. So I said, okay, of course, at that time I've started running it as business where people will bring their cars to me. I diagnose it for a fee, they pay me, then sometimes I do the repairs as well, depending on the nature of the work. Of course, my area specialty is the electricals. The electricals and specifically the engine management, that's the injection system, emission system, ignition system, and cooling system. Even though I do mechanicals as well, but kind of I didn't want to go into it commercially. So she told me, experienced some electrical issues the car was having. So I said, okay, bring over the car when you are ready so that I can deal with it. Of course, at that time, when she was explaining, describing some of the symptoms she was getting, I kind of had an idea where the issue would be. So I told her that from her description of the fault, that the car has been electrically abused. Not just, severely abused. So now if she will be bringing the car will last some days with me. No pressure. She has to drop the car and wait until when I'm done with it. And she will come and pick it. And she was okay with that. So she said she will be bringing the car one day while coming back from work or something like that. So the day she called and said she will bring the car after work, I got back from work. I think it was around 6 p.m. or after 6:30 p.m. or something like that. Later, I drove in from work to house and I got a call. So I saw her number. I was like, oh, maybe she's already close to my house and all that. So I picked the car and she said her vehicle broke down. The vehicle she was bringing to me, or she was coming back from work. And of course, according to her plans, she was supposed to bring it to me. That the vehicle broke down and could no longer move, but the engine was still running. I was like, when she was saying that, I was so tired. As in the whole day, it was very tedious for me. So I was just coming home to come and rest, not going out anymore. So when she was saying all that, I was like, ah. So I started asking her the symptoms. So from what she would describe, I now realized that it was a mechanical fault. The clutch could no longer move the vehicle, even though the engine was running. So, of course, don't need to go into that. So, the clutch has failed, so the car couldn't move anymore. So I told her that, see, this is a mechanical issue, which is not what I do. So the best thing for her is to contact her mechanic and have the car probably tow the vehicle and go and fix that one first before bringing it to me, because there's no point. Are you bringing the car to me to fix when you virtually can't move it? So the best thing is to go and fix the mechanical fault that failed, then bring it to me so I can focus and do the electrical. So instead of saying, yeah, you need somebody to help her, this and that, to come and tow the vehicle, or see how they can bring the vehicle, where the car has stranded her. Immediately she said that, to be honest with you guys, I felt the feeling I got was not to go. Now, see, I'm not saying this to make this thing. I just got this strong feeling that, guy, you are just back from work. You are so tired to do this. There's nothing stopping her from calling a towing van to tow the vehicle to a workshop, wherever. Of course, she has a mechanic. She's been driving the car for a long time, or I don't know how long, whenever she had it. So why should I make this my problem when it's not my problem? So I don't know. But then I was battling inside me. Oh, but it's not the right thing to do. Oh, I should go and help her. But then at that moment, I was so tired, as in I didn't want to go out. Because if I was the one in that situation, for crying out loud, the issue happened inside Abuja town. Not even even the location she said it happened was not even very far from where towing van usually stay. So she could easily walk over there and ask them. But of course, women, they always want to ask a man to take over the whole responsibility once he comes to work or something that is very strenuous. So I tried to explain to her that, see, it's no longer about me now, because this is a mechanical thing. You need to involve your mechanic. Oh, she doesn't want to involve mechanic again. After all, it was the mechanic that messed up the car in the first place. So I need somebody to come and take the car away from there. Or see how they can take the vehicle away from there. So I can think of something, what next. Well, like I said, I ignored my feelings. I ignored my instinct not to go. Nothing stopped me from saying, sorry, I can't do that. I don't even need to apologize. Yeah, I can't do that. You just say it, because I felt it was too much for me to do at that time. I was so tired. It's not a matter of trying to play nice. I was very tired that doing it was going to be a big strain on me. And it's not as if she was in a situation where she can't help herself. No, she could if she wanted to. But I was stupid and foolish. I ignored my own well-being. So I went back into my... In fact, I haven't even left my vehicle. I just stopped the car, switched off the engine. As I was about to come out, a call came in. So what happened? I went back into my car, started the car, and drove off to the location which she described, where the vehicle was. She was with the vehicle anyway. I got there. When I got there, I parked behind and entered the vehicle, started the engine. Of course, it started very well, even though those electrical issues we are showing as well. So, of course, those were not the issues I came for at the time. So, as I wanted to try to move the car, of course, it showed that it wasn't just the clutch pressure plate that failed. Even the friction plate and the release bearing. What I was thinking at that time is, how could she be driving this car to this point, to the extent that it got to this point? Because one thing I know about manual transmission is, once any of the clutches starts failing, it will be giving you obvious signs. As in, it will be so pronounced that it's something you won't know. You will say you didn't know or did not notice. To the point that 3 of them failed at the same time. Well, in that case, there was no need of pushing blame and all that. Of course, it wasn't my vehicle, but eventually I involved myself. At that time, I was getting this feeling, don't. But I ignored my own. I allowed. Listen to what I'm saying. I allowed another person to suck me into the negative energy she had going on. So, fine. So I told her that because of the experience I have with manual transmissions, that yes, I can still move this car. But it's going to take us a long time to move it to a safer place. So what I did was, because it was the road was very, very narrow, and there's no way I will leave my car there. She said she could drive her. I said no. She said, okay, maybe let me drive her own, so that she will drive mine behind me. I said, I won't allow that. Why? You see what you did to your car? Meaning that I don't know how you've been driving this car to the point that you killed the clutches. And you want me to allow you to kill my own clutch? So I said no. But of course, so what I did was, because the road was very narrow, I couldn't leave my own car there, leave my own car there. So I told her to wait for me. I entered my car and then drove off. So I was now looking for somewhere that would, give me space to drive up the road where I could park my own car. Eventually, I found a place, but it was a little bit bushy. So meaning it wasn't even safe to leave the car there. Of course, I know that Peugeot cars, one of the good things about them is security. This is a car that once you remove the car key from there, no other key will start that vehicle, irrespective of the kind of program or whatever key you have. You can't bypass the system. You can't start without that key, without that factory key, without the key the driver is using to start the car. But still, it can be vandalized. So it means I have to put my own vehicle too at risk to please her. Remember, this is no longer about me now. My own selfishness, I've subdued it. I'm not trying to satisfy our own selfishness. I know people will say, but it's the right thing to do. She's in trouble, you need to help her. Like I said, it's no longer about her, because she could have handled it. After all, you guys say equality. What a man can do, a woman can do better. Nothing stops her from, if you are driving a car, you should be able to know how to handle a car when it's faulty or when something happens. Why do you need a man? So it's nothing stop her from finding out where she can go and get a towing van and all that. So I left the car there. We now have to trek back, which was some kilometers. Trek back there. Yeah. So I entered the vehicle, and of course, like I said, with my experience with manual transmissions, I started to move the cars slowly. We were just moving. I was just struggling with the gear, with the gearbox, everything, So we got to a point, and I realized when we are getting close to the street, Not necessarily my street, but a particular road that links my street. So I now said, she now told me that her own street was not even very far from mine. So I was like, okay, oh fine, that means let's drive the car to your house so that from there mechanic could come and do the work, or we take it from there. She said no, so she wanted that she would prefer I keep the car with me. So I was like, no, it has nothing, this, even if you keep it with me, there's nothing I can do. This involves mechanic. This is mechanical work. You need to take this car to a mechanic. This is another second sign to walk away at that time. Nothing stopped me from slowing down, park the car, switch off the engine, hand over the key and walk away. Worst case scenario, she will call me the worst person she have ever met in life. But at least I've driven the car out of unsafe place. Now she can, if she can find another person to drive the car or manage and drive it herself. By insisting that no, this car is not coming to my house. Because there's nothing I can do for her, even if she brings it. It's not my work to fix the transmission, the clutch system. I was stupid. Blah, blah, blah. No, like she said, she doesn't want to involve another mechanic, that she want me to take that responsibility and find the person that do it. So he prefer I take the car to my house. Another warning for me to walk away. But I kept on, so took the car, managed and got it. In fact, at a point, you got to a hill. There was this small hill that you will climb before you get to my house. And so the car couldn't move anymore. You just couldn't climb the hill anymore. I had to go and find some young boys who were around and beg them. And I started pushing. Wow. Like, was it up to 1 kilometer? And the hill was very high. I had to push it. Kept pushing and pushing and pushing until... So, parked it close to my house and now told her, okay, no, this time call your mechanic. Let him come. Either he comes to my house and do the work where he's parked, or tows the vehicle. Like I said, she started saying again, though she doesn't want to involve a mechanic again, that I should use my own mechanic. That she would rather use my mechanic than use the mechanic that be working on her car. That even was the person that abused the electrical system that she wanted me to fix. Number 3. Sign number 3. I called my mechanic and said, okay, this and this and that. Do you have somebody? Of course, I know my mechanic can really go outside to do this kind of work. He would prefer to bring the car to his workshop. Fine. Mechanic said, of course, I know how he does his work. So that he will have to come and tow the vehicle, since he cannot drive it to that distance where his workshop is. So he will come and tow the vehicle. I told the guy how much it will cost to tow the vehicle. She gave me the money. I don't even remember how much. Is it 5,000? So she said, yeah, that's what will happen is she will leave the car to me. Will leave the car with me, give me the car key. The mechanic will come to my house in the morning and tow the vehicle with the towing van to tow the vehicle. That was the biggest mistake I made. So, even though I collected the money for the towing and collected her car key, right there, I gave her the mechanic number. And tell her, see, because I'll be going to work the next day, you have to follow up with this work. Call this mechanic. Yes, he said he's coming tomorrow, but call this guy. Go there and find out. He will describe his workshop to you. Go there and see your vehicle and follow up. So that from there, you know the cause of what to be. For at that moment, we don't even know the extent of the damages and all that in the system. So you go there and see for yourself. And of course, she said yes. that night. I gave her the number, blah, blah, blah. The next day, the mechanic came, towed the vehicle. Later in the day, I even called her or text her, I have forgotten. Have you gone to see your vehicle? Have you gone to check where the workshop is? No, she has not. That was the response. Then I was already in it. It was as if I was having that feeling that trouble is coming. So I keep telling her, you need to go to where this vehicle is. Go and see your car. This is your car. I'm giving you the number. Call this guy. She said she has spoken to him, blah, blah, blah. And he has told I think he has dismantled the transmission at that time, and the bear house. And I'm seeing it's not just the clutch, pressure plate, friction plate, and the release bearing. I think it also affected something on the gear. Not necessarily the gear, the bear house, something like that. You know, so there was much work to do. So I told her you have to be there. What stopped you from going there? This is your vehicle, not mine. You need to go there and say, I mean, this something is expected for every car owner. You need to get involved with your vehicle. Of course, women, trust them. They all want to shift the responsibility to another person, as if I'm the one doing the work. She started saying no, she would rather she do it to me. She will send me the money for the parts and everything. I'll not give to the mechanic. But she doesn't want to send it to herself. I mean, I didn't feel good about it, but I was very stupid. Very, very stupid. I kept myself in it. At that point, I should have said no. No, if you want to repair your car, go there yourself and give the man the money. After all, it's not as if I was begging her to. I know sometimes some people might say, maybe you don't want to say no, or you don't want to get involved, so that she will still bring so that she doesn't walk away after fixing the mechanical issues, the clutch issues. So eventually she will bring the car back to do the electrical work. No, that wasn't my concern. Who cares? I mean, a lot of people bring their cars to me, so. In fact, I even prefer to do work that are easier, that even earn me more money than those tedious abuse work that may spend days trying to figure out where the abuse and what is causing which and which and which. So I prefer easier work. I even make more money from that than those abuse ones. So it wasn't necessarily about the money. Well, in fact, if she even said she was no longer coming to me, she was no longer bringing the car to me, I would even be happier. But for some reasons, of course, then I was still a Christian. Yeah, help the people, help this, be humble, do this, do that. You know, it's a belief. That's why when I look back, then I was blaming myself, but now it's just all about belief. That's what it does. It's a program. Belief is a program. No matter the way, no matter that way you have that you don't want to do something, you're done with this thing. But as long as I say head on to that belief, it's still going to make you. It's still overcome the way you have. To be guided, you becomes your life, because the belief shapes who you are. Your belief shapes the activities you do. It shapes what how you express yourself. So I locked in, and before I knew it, she sent me how much? So the money, the mechanic said it will cost to fix all that, or replace all that, and to get the car back in shape. She sent me the money. I told the mechanic, fine, that she has sent the money to me, to my account number, and I've received it. But because I'm also a busy person, I won't be able to come to you to give you that money. So what you could do is, if you can, collect those parts from your people you know that sell parts, let alone when you are done with the car, while bringing it back to my house or bringing it back to the lady, In fact, the agreement was when you're done, bring the car back to me so that I'll give you the money right there. Then the girl probably will come and collect the car, or I'll start my own work. That was the agreement. Of course, she has to come first and see the car, drive it. If he's okay with it, you can now discuss whether I'll continue. I'll do the electric. So he continued, and he said okay, he made the part, did everything, and he fixed the issue. And then something else came up. This thing happened between this thing. I think he took the vehicle on Tuesday of the that week, either Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, this girl did not go to see her vehicle. So the mechanic now said the brake was faulty as well. And to be honest, guys, I also observed that when I was driving the car, trying to bring it out of that place. I noticed that the brake was also faulty, but of course, I could drive it. I was even wondering how she was even driving it without even brake. In fact, you had to pump it several times before the car could even stop. As in, how could somebody be driving a car like that? Almost everything messed up. Even your brake, which is the first thing a user should be very careful and always put in good shape. Yes, I wonder when people use all this sales pitch that, oh, this is a female car, a woman use this car. So think because it's only to some foolish people that you can deceive with that. When you tell me that a woman, the car you want to sell was driven by a woman, usually I tend to be more careful when I'm inspecting the vehicle. Because the way women use cars, sometimes I wonder. So I told the girl, by that time, I think both of them were not communicating. I wasn't even involved with the brake thing because I thought he was going to bring the car back even with that brake issue, because it wasn't in what we agreed on when he took the vehicle to repair the brake. Our only discussion was repair the clutch, the failed clutch components. Then I was hoping the girl would go and collect the vehicle there, but eventually it happened that the mechanic has to bring the car to me. So the girl now said the mechanic did the work within 2 days. So the girl said no, that let him still have the car with him and fix the brake. So I was no longer involved in that, and the thing now took additional 2 days. I think the brake master cylinder was faulty or something. So I think what happened was he told the girl on the phone, which I later gathered that the brake master cylinder was faulty. The girl said she didn't have enough money for that. Is there any way thing he could do? He said okay, that he could probably breed the system or see if we can repair it. To cut the story short, or shorter, anyway, on Friday evening, like I said, the mechanic took this vehicle on Tuesday. Friday evening, I don't know what happened. According to him, he took the car, he drove up to drive the car. On his way where he was driving the car, the brake failed, and he was driving down the hill or whatever. He lost control, the brake failed, and he fell into a ditch. The car somersaulted and fell into one big ditch, as in the body was written off completely, as in it's not something, it can't be repaired. It was a complete failure, as in it was written off. The car was written as completely. Friday night. I don't want to go into details of what happened after that, but why I'm telling this story is this. Now, I wanted to help. Like I said, just to help. Even when I put myself, my own well-being at risk. Not just at risk, I ignored it. I kept my own well-being aside. I kept my own self-interest aside to please another, to consider another, to be humble, to be selfless, so that she gets to enjoy her selfishness, so that I get to do what society expects me to do, so that I get to do what religion teaches us to do by helping another person. Guess what happened? I ended up spending, how much? Don't even know. To cut the story short, of course, she was harassing me. At the end, she was like, yeah, she gave the car to me. So, what am I saying? I could go to jail for that. Even though eventually the mechanic was put in jail, in his police cell for some days and all that, but then she was harassing me here and there, everything, as in, got a point, to cut it short, like I said, to cut it shorter, we had to buy another body. Because of my experience, I look at the car and say, no, this body is gone. We had to buy another body for it. Who did? Who bought that car? Who bought that body? The only mechanic did will probably, well, he spent a few more, saw some money, but then the only thing he did probably just to swap the other mechanic, because the mechanical in the accidented car, in fact, the written up vehicle, our own vehicle, we are still in good condition, but the whole entire body was written off. The car somehow squared and squeezed. I was even surprised that the driver, the mechanic, came out of the vehicle alive. But she wouldn't hear that, of course. All the help, all the goods, all the nice bad guy I played, everything I did just to help her, it was no longer. That one didn't cross her mind. All I care was she wants her vehicle. Yeah, legally, yeah, she gave me the car key. Yeah, so if she wanted to sue me or do everything, yeah, she could do it. Do I blame her? Yeah, at that time I did, but now, no, I don't. Because I allowed that situation. I allowed it as in, this is something I knew inside me. Guy, don't do this. Walk away. As in, the feeling was very strong. I've already gotten into my house, or I've already gotten into my house just to enter the house. I got this call, and immediately I got it, I didn't feel comfortable going inside that car to drive off. In fact, something I didn't even remember to mention. Why after it took about 3 hours or more than 3 hours to get the car to my house from where it broke down that evening. So by the time I even finished with her and she left, and I remember that I even left my car in the bush that night. Before I left my car in the bush, I was running like a madman to where I parked the vehicle, which was some kilometers away. Was running by what? I didn't even know I was going to meet the car still in the shape I left it. I left my own vehicle, meaning that it was totally dark, it was in bush, so meaning that anybody who wanted to do anything with that vehicle would do with it. And nobody will even see or even get, even I could go there and they will meet, even if probably meet something there or meet them there and whatever, I don't know what could happen if they wanted to do with me. If I'm talking about 2 armed robbers, if they really want to take that vehicle or deal with the owner. These were the risks I put myself, ignoring my own well-being, choosing not to be selfish, so another person will get to be selfish. Yeah, because that's what it means. Mao says self-interest. I have to let it go, so that another person's self-interest will be fulfilled. And not just fulfilled, I get to fulfill that her selfishness, not mine. But at the end, what happened? I get to produce another car for her for nothing, for doing nothing, for not, as in, yeah. Of course, the mechanic did not have money. And that's the thing. They will come to you telling you, oh, they need your help, they need this. But guess what? When something turns around, when something unpleasant happens in the process, all those please help me will turn into you are the worst person, you are you are the devil himself, you are this, you are that, as in all those good will be thrown away. Of course, they are all selfish as well. I'm the one that chose to be unselfish. There's nothing, like I said, there's nothing wrong in being selfish. If I would maintain my own selfishness, I wouldn't have gotten involved in that. That wouldn't have happened. How much did we spend? I don't even want to talk about how much I spent in buying another project for overseas. Of course, other people had to put money, but is it the emotional pain? It's not just emotional, as in both physical. Even to tow the vehicle, to pull it out of that dish, I have to spend that money. Even that money, funny enough, even the money she sent to me to give the mechanic for buying those parts when he brings the car back after working on them, she came straight and said I should give her back the money. Even though they've already put the parts and those owners, and even when they are going to do the swap, those things will still be swapped to another body of another car. But she didn't care. I should give her back. She just chose not to, even a penny. She wasn't going to contribute. All I care is we should produce another car. Because the mechanic doesn't have any money. See, the difference between what she did and what I did was, she was selfish. I chose not to be selfish. And she nearly destroyed me because of that. I know some people say, but you can't use because of that experience. No, this is not the only one. It's just that I decided to tell this one because there are some things probably, there are some other ones I could tell may not make sense to you. But I'm just using this one as an example. Because of the kind of damage you could do. Like I said, I created a group, helping people in that group, selflessly, no money attached. As in day, night, even right in the middle of night, people will call me, telling me about problem with their vehicle to help them explain what the issue is so that they can take it to another mechanic or to another technician who will now collect the money from them. I will not be the one that will not take anything from it. Of course, charity, you have to be nice. No, let them, they will take they will ask you the problem, you give them the solution free. They will take the vehicle to another technician, pay them to use your own solution you provided to them to now fix the vehicle. That was what I was doing. That was me at that time. Day, night, that was what I was doing in that platform. But who cares? As far as they are concerned, provide my vehicle for me. So, yeah, you did. Spend the money. Much. I don't even want to talk about it. The money was gone. I could have gone to jail if she has pressed that charge. If she has summoned the, yeah. Because I talked to some lawyers and they told me, yeah. And there was other things too I learned from that. When you are dealing with women, see, take this away from me. As other than women, even our men too, there are certain things, don't do it just on phone call. Document it. Send that message. Trust me, it's going to save you someday. Because she said, I said, she's a woman. This is gynocentric society. Once she goes to court, nobody believes you if you are a man. Everyone you saying this will believe she is one telling the truth. I know some people will say, hey, can you say this? But when you get there, because I know how screwed up men are, Men are so screwed up because of PT sex or vagina or something that they are ready to throw up their own son inside under the box because a woman said otherwise. Once it comes out from the mouth of a woman, she must be saying the truth. Yeah, so if she takes me to court, yeah, she will win and throw me to jail. It comes to that. So I got my lessons from them. Because that's the thing. When something happens to you, at that time, I've started, of course, that time I've learned certain things about life. That even though I was still, yeah, I was still practicing Christianity then, but I wasn't really much into it like that anymore. I've started to withdraw a little. No, started to withdraw a little at that time. So yeah, she got the vehicle and she later got the car, but because that was my idea, everything. When I saw that, I realized that yeah, there's no need to buy another car when every other thing. All you need to do is get another clean 406, but in very good shape and everything, then swap. So we did that, and what I'm telling you is, I know some guys who say, you're not supposed to tell a man, they are not supposed to act on your feelings. But guess what? Yeah, that day I got this feeling not to do it. Because I know my non-physical being knew this energy, don't get involved. Do not get involved. Walk away from this. But somehow, I chose not to listen to it because they said intellect is more important. No, society, expectation or norms are more important. The religious principle, they are more important. You know, selfishness is bad. So you're supposed to be sacrificial. Yeah. Of course, that's what Christianity teaches. If you're a man, be sacrificial, but if you're a woman, don't. Yeah, if you want to, I can go into the Bible. Remember, I was once a seminarian, so I studied Bible. I can quote one or two places where Bible teaches that, yeah, women, men, especially in the New Testament, yeah, men get to be disposable tools, while women get to be selfish, do whatever they want. Of course, there are also some parts of the Bible where some things were said about the true nature of women, not necessary to condemn them, but to make men realize that your own destruction, could come from the opposite sex when you lose control or when you lose focus as a man. It didn't just stop there. Not long ago, let me tell you, some people say, but what happened could happen, a man could do the same. Yeah, a man could still do the same thing. Not long ago, talking of recently, somebody bought a Pojo card to me to diagnose. I diagnosed it and I found the issue. And about 3 issues. So I repaired the other 2, but one will need to, a part needs to be replaced for it to work, which costs some thousands of naira. So I told the owner, we need to replace this. You need to replace this, not we. You need to replace this for this to work. I told him the price and where he could get the original. Yes, I sell some Pojo parts, OEM, but that one I didn't have. So I told him that you can get the OEM from there. So he telling me, oh, he doesn't have the money at hand, blah, blah, blah. That he was expecting some money in 2 days' time. That I can use my influence to get the part from those people and to get it on credit. Since, And me, yeah. Because who is in Abuja that drives or sells a Pojo or has a Pojo shop that doesn't know Ikenna 351 or Lion King or Ikenna? Yeah, I can, since they are my people or they know me, I can use my influence. They will give me the pass on credit. That 2 days later, he will bring the money. I told them I don't do that kind of business. I don't get involved with other people or how they run their business or do this thing. I don't do that. And if you want to, if you can't afford, I try to, but of course, please now, this, you know me. I'm talking, this is a man who's talking, not a woman this time. When you were saying those things, like I said, I wasn't feeling, as in I felt very comfortable to agree to that. Because I've never done it. I've never done it to say, because, somebody that sells parts to sell a part to my customer on credit. I hold me responsible for that. I've never done it. And not just because I've never done it, I just didn't feel comfortable doing it, especially at that time. The one thing with me is sometimes, most times, not just sometimes, when I'm diagnosing people's car, I do it as if it are my own car. People know that. Even when they bring their car to do a particular work, I end up doing other works too. Because I just take my time and focus and get it done. Do everything, how to see, to get the car in proper shape. Even if it takes hours or even days. Sometimes you even do more work than you should, or they pay less than they should, considering the amount of energy and time I put in that vehicle. But I don't complain because it's who I am. It's not as if, or something you are good at. You are not. Most times I realize I don't even do those things for money. Just that the money is just a part of risk resistance, so I don't feel drained when I'm doing it. The guy said he was, so I didn't tell him, I just said, okay, fine. But like I said, I didn't feel comfortable asking them to give me the part without money, without giving them money. So I called them, said they moved this part to me. He was not there at the time, so when they became, I gave them my own money. Yeah, I gave them my own money. This part cost some thousands of naira. I gave them the money and said, give me this. I put it in, the car came back to life. Of course, like I said, the owner of the car, the guy was not there. Put it came back to life. So I kept the whole part, kept the pack of the other thing. When he now came, I said, fine. We brought the parts, they gave me the parts, so are you sure you are bringing this money? He said, yeah, 2 days. I've known him for ages. How can he lie to me? He left with the vehicle. Up to this moment, I have not seen the money. You see, what I'm saying this is not about because he scammed me or he did not scam me or, It's about, when somebody is about to manipulate you, or when he wants to manipulate you and put you in a situation or certain situation that could put you in danger. Trust me, you always get that feeling that will happen. Not just might happen, that will happen. But the other thing is we do ignore that thing. We do ignore that feeling because I don't know where men started having this idea that feeling is bad, acting on feeling is bad. I don't know who screwed up our mind to that extent. Now we look at, only the women can get to act on their feelings. In fact, now majority of men sees feeling as something bad. They are not supposed, that feeling is bad. So you're not supposed to act on feelings, even if feeling is good. You're not supposed to act on it. Because they told you that there's somebody called God up there that is the one overseeing everything. I wish I knew all these things, but it doesn't matter. But I wish I knew back then that there is more to this physical life more than what Christianity taught me. But now I know. All that feelings, that instinct you get when somebody approaches you with a proposal or asking you for a favor, and suddenly it doesn't feel good to you to do at that moment. That is your non-physical you. That is another, is you, just that it's your main consciousness that is telling you at that time, don't do this thing. I know sometimes people will get confused that if it's like that, that means you won't be able to act on anything. But there are some ones that you will feel very excited. That's the difference. There's some information or some proposal you get, instead of feeling confused or doubt or all those things, you will feel very excited when that's is an indication for that you're not physical. Do this is on your path. It will lead you to something greater in life. But once you have doubt, once you have fear on anything, well, probably you thought of doing, or suddenly you start having that fear or doubt, or something somebody is proposing to you, or a favor somebody asking to you, and somehow you don't feel comfortable doing it. Don't do it. Yes, they will hate you for that. They will do that. But guess what? Look at what happened. I get to replace a car for somebody. I get to pay for a part that has nothing to do with me. I pay for it. Up to now, he hasn't come. And I said I will not call him. Yeah, I have his number, but I won't call him. What's the point? I have to learn it. I've learned that lesson. Yeah, that's why I say, in fact, these days when I get some of this, or have this painful experiences or unpleasant experiences, what I do is I will just transform it to positive by saying to myself, thanking the people that did those things to me. Yes, I do thank them, honestly. I don't do the, I'm not saying to make any, trying to do make believe here or pretend. No, I do thank them. Not one-on-one or anything, but inside me I just say, thank you for reminding me who I am. Thank you for using this opportunity to tell me that this belief system I have is not serving me. I need to let it go. Because I realized that some of these things have prevented some worse scenarios or worse situations that I would have fallen into. Yes, it was a vehicle, body of the vehicle that the other one caused me. But that has somehow averted some bigger or worse situation that may not even be just about money. Because sometimes our non-physical being had to, since we suck ourselves into some experience or some frequency that don't serve us, they will allow us to pass through some of these painful experiences to make us realize that if you still want to go that route, fine. But if you think that this road doesn't serve you, this is a better route for you. But do we learn? No, we don't. Because what usually happens is, even after that situation, even after all those painful experiences, somehow, I don't know, call it belief, call it stupidity. You see men still going back to the same mistake, the same thing that's try almost screw them up, or probably screw them up. They will still go back to that same thing. Because other people are saying you are not supposed to look away. You're not supposed to walk away when somebody is asking for help. There's nothing wrong in rendering help to somebody. But trust me, when the right one comes, you will feel it, you will know. When the one that is safe for you to do comes, you will know. When the one that will put you into trouble comes, you will know. How? By your instinct, your feelings. That's how you will know. Of course, men, one good thing men have that most women don't have, or probably all men don't have, is logic and reasoning. Yeah, we use these three, feelings, logic, and reasoning. We act on them. because three of them can determine your path of least resistance on every subject. But most times, moment to moment, your feelings tells you what next to do. Your logic and reasoning usually comes when you have time to think over. That's why I always tell people, whenever there is a doubt on something, tell the person no, or you think about it. That's within that time frame of thinking about it, that's when you can now apply that logic and reasoning. But that instinct, that first moment that situation comes up, what you act on is your emotion, your feelings. Your emotion might not, it doesn't necessarily have to be you act on it as in go violence. If it's something, maybe, yeah, you could feel very upset or angry, which is emotional. But it doesn't mean you get physical with it. So, like I said, these two scenarios, I allow them. Don't tell me that I was trying to, that it was the circumstances. No, I allowed them, as in I knew this could get me into trouble, that I could lose from this. But I still made that choice. I allowed them, as in I allowed these things to happen. Also, when I see men being screwed by women, they messed up by women, or destroyed by women, I keep wondering, yeah, we all learn. Circumstances, experience teaches more than words. But sometimes you see people telling these stories, and men will listen to this thing and laugh over it and tell this person is stupid. Probably because he doesn't know how to handle women. That's why they mess him up. Or probably he's not a better man. That's why they mess him up. Or probably he didn't treat her very well. Or probably he doesn't know how to run business. Or probably he doesn't know how to do that. They will just push it aside because of the gynocentric belief. Because of, you are not so, as a man, you are not supposed to look after yourself. You should always be doing others first. Others must come first before you. Of course, sometimes I will say, I'm telling the truth, but when you look at it, it's like, which one is truth and which is lie? So no, it doesn't really matter what is true or what is lies. It's about what serves you. Because it's truth because you define it as truth. It's a lie because you define it as lie. So not everybody likes. Oh, I know, for example, this is a roasted beef, which we call suya over here. I know the vegans, they won't like it. They'll say, oh, you're eating animal, blah, 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 you're eating meat, yeah, blah, 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 it's wrong, blah, blah, blah. That's your own perspective. That's what you think. That's your belief. I'm not holding anything, I'm not against it. Come on, that's you. But there are certain things you also need to understand about life. Because like I said, everything still revolves about selfishness. You think that plant, you think those fruits you are plucking, you think they also don't have life? Oh, if you knew they have life, when is the right time you think you are supposed to pluck them? When they are still fresh, right? So meaning when they are still fresh, you don't want them to die and now fade and now lose taste or lose nutrients. No, you want to pluck them or cut them off and prepare them for food, for eating when they are still fresh and booming. So we stand still with those how many people eat animals that have become old, weak, and they die on their own? People don't touch them, right? And you think all these trees, this thing, they have no life as well. Because somebody told you, gave you one kind of belief that no, animals are more important than plants and trees and leaves. That man is more important, or what? Like I said, there's so much in life you don't know about. You are just acting on other people's beliefs. But if you watch my video, you find out that what I do is, I'm not trying to make you to follow me. I'm not even trying. No, it's not about trying. I'm doing my video not for you to be my follower, or for you to follow my step, or follow my path, or do what I do. No, I do it to inspire you, if it resonates with you, to make your own choice. And from there, you follow your path. We all came here to live different lives. We are not here to live the same way, or live other people's past life. But that's what we do now. Dogma. The lives that have been lived 20,000, don't know, like 2,000 years ago or thereabout. Some laws or beliefs they made that time, just because of circumstances at that time. Some people initiated that beliefs and they applied it. Probably it worked for them because of their circumstances surrounding their existence then, in their physical time. So you now came here and you kept on following that same belief because you have no balls to look at yourself and tell yourself, is that why you came for? You came for the past, or you came for the present? So it's about, what do I mean by selfishness? Selfishness is self. There's a difference between selfish and manipulation. When you are selfish, what it means is you are in your own space. You are not out there, no, you are here in your own space. So when something is coming into that space, you first consider it, will it benefit you or not? It's not going to benefit you. If that energy is not going to benefit it, you walk away from it. You don't allow it. Just like your own house. If there is somebody, a lunatic, at your door knocking, you know that this person is crazy. Will you open the door for the person to walk in? That's the same thing. That's selfish, because you don't want it to come and mess up your house, throw things out, break all your electronics or gadgets. So you know about protection. You're trying to preserve what you have, and also preserve yourself. So when somebody is coming with something that is you feel that's coming with a proposal, or somebody coming to, because we are all energies. We are all energies. So when somebody comes into your space, it's an energy coming in. So if your own energy and that energy if they don't match, you will feel it. Immediately you will feel it. And how you know is through your feelings, your emotions. That's how you feel that. At that moment, no. These two energy, you and that person, it doesn't match. The tension between two of you does not match. You may not really know, because you are not in that person's mind to know his or her intention. But something metaphysical will tell you. Forget about religion, will not tell you. They tell you, how would you know? Science will not tell you. That's how you can't explain what feelings means. Nothing, even science cannot prove it. Science, up till now, nothing can tell you how the feeling comes about. Because this is something that all of a sudden you feel, every fiber of your being. Sometimes you even get goosebumps in the process. That's why you are in a consciousness. Consciousness is not your physical body. So all these things happen because of something probably you have no answer, you can't explain. But that's what you're actually here for. To ask questions, to try to, to go deep, widen your knowledge, not limit it because of dogma. Because somebody said, no, don't go beyond this. That what is over there is evil. and because of that you close your mind, you don't even want to even try it. I'm not you don't need to go there and try it, but why do you have to limit this life because of what somebody said thousands of years ago? And because of that, you just shut down every other life, live a limited life. No? That was me some years ago, not anymore. So if you're a man and you are the type that allow women to mess up your life, I personally, when I listen to some of these videos or articles or news about men being destroyed by women, I don't sympathize for those men. I don't care. You may not like me for that, but I don't. I don't care whether you like me or not. I don't sympathize because I know even when I was doing those things, even during my own time, that yes, I knew this thing could happen to me, but I still allowed it because I have low self-worth of myself at that time. I feel that he or she deserve well-being more than I do at that time. So yeah, so if it happened to me, yeah, I wouldn't say whether I deserve it or not, but I allowed it, so I won't blame the person. Thanks to that person, he reminded me that next time I have to be very careful. Next time I should consider myself first. So if you want to be Father Christmas, yeah, keep preaching to the world. No, you have to be selfless. You don't have to protect, you don't have to seek what is relevant or benefit you. You have to keep your own interests aside and consider other people's interests. Even kill yourself if you have to, as long as their own selfishness manifests, or you won't manifest it for them, if I will put it that way. Even though I know it's universe that manifests, you know, make this manifestation happen anyway. But you are a co-creator in the process, so you made that choice. So I've told you my own experience. You see, if you call it bullshit, fine. You know, it's just maybe it may make sense to you in 2 years' time, 1 year time, 1 month time, tomorrow, or right now, or maybe never. It depends. See, it's a choice. I know out of every 1 million persons, every 2 billion persons, your opinion, your perspective may make sense to one person out of those millions or billions. Trust me. Meaning that at that time, your message is meant for that person. That's how it is. That's when I do this video, I don't do it to please men. Of course, come on, you are a man. You expect me to be soft with you when I'm telling you stuff about masculinity. I don't care. If you don't like how soft, if you don't want me to, there's some men that say, you're always harsh. Fine, go and listen to women's channel or videos. Since you prefer feminine energy, go let them go and breastfeed you. But if you're a man, I will talk to you like a man by not being soft, by telling you, suck it up. You are the one killing yourself. If your woman divorces you, how about that? You allowed it. Yeah, you wanted to please the society. You wanted to please her by marrying her. You wanted to do, I mean, come on, you did it. Don't care who, even if they deceived you into it. Not saying there's anything wrong with getting married. But even if as a married man, you have to stick your foot on the ground and act like a man. Stop being a pussy. Stop being a stomach, somebody push around every now because of what? Your religion teaches you that for peace to reign in a family, you are the man. The man have to be submissive. You always have to be sorry. You always have to do whatever she wants. Yeah, speaking of selfishness, same thing. You know, you have to let go of your own selfishness for peace. As far as I'm concerned, fuck peace. As long as it has nothing to do with my own well-being, fuck peace. If peace does not mean that I should have to, my own well-being does not matter. You want something good, I want something good, fine, we discuss it. This is what I want, this is what you want. If it doesn't mind, fine, go and provide it for yourself. I provide mine. But it's not my responsibility to provide for you. Likewise, it wasn't my responsibility to take that vehicle, do everything that which has nothing to do with me. No, because as far as I'm concerned, the vehicle did not come to me to repair. I was only trying to render help so that she will go and fix those issues that failed before I can now do my own work. But look at where it ended up. She didn't care anymore. As far as she's concerned, I should provide a car for me. And she harassed me. I said, I don't even know. I don't want to go into it. Yeah. Of course, I know men. To be honest, men can be manipulative. Some men, yeah, they can be manipulative sometimes. But one thing I know about men is, yeah, sometimes you could get a man, if a man hears that his car he just brought to this thing has become a routine or somebody had accident with it, yeah, at that time you get very, very upset that you may want to kill somebody. You may even look for somebody, you know, maybe whoever that is involved, lock up the person. But I know, give it 1 week, give it 2 weeks, he will calm down. This is what I know about men. I'm not saying, hey, come on, I agree, or how old do you think I am? I've been around men, had friends, did everything. I know how I do my things. I know how others do our things. Had experiences. So, yeah, I can tell you quite a lot of things about men. That's why we could quarrel today, even go physical today. The next day, we see us having a chat, drinking our beer, our stout, and all that together, laughing at what happened yesterday never happened. Yet there's something about women that sometimes I don't get. Because even though this thing happened, but months, I mean, it took even months after months we are passing, she still maintained her position the same way it was when it first happened. That she was not going to put any cover, no matter what. She was going to do everything, you know. I said the same thing. She was out for destruction. She doesn't care. Simply for helping you to get your car out of an unsafe place. Where I even put my own car now in a more unsafe place than where your own was. At least your own was parked on the road, but mine has to enter inside the bush so I could get your own to a safe place. Even at everything, I have to go through emotional, physical, and financial stress and painful experience to please you. But the thing is, it doesn't matter how long. Like I said, I knew this video is going to last a long time. Like I said, I just wanted to rant in this video. Speak as much as I can. Rant. I don't want editing. See, anytime I'm going to do any of this masculine video or discuss masculinity, that masculine subject that could help men, I've told myself I'm not going to edit it, because I know that most people that produce videos or produce contents, they're always editing them, try to make it look perfect. I don't think I'm here to seek your or to prove my perfection to you. No, I don't care. It's my authenticity. Even if I use the words that you consider not correct English. Who cares? I don't care. If you want, call me whatever names you like. This is who I am. Yeah, English is good, but it's not my first language. Not my. I didn't grow up with English. Not my language, but it's a good language. But I don't care whether you think I'm speaking it correctly or not. If you want, you can do all your shaming tactics. Doing what all I know is, even if it's only one person out of the whole billions of human beings on earth, get this message or listen with it. That's all, because I know for me to be inspired to do this video, like I was saying, I was just enjoying myself. All of a sudden, I got this inspiration to do this, to talk about this. So it means this message, this video, there are 1, 2, or I don't know how many persons that this video is meant for. So eventually they will see it. It may not be today, may not be, I don't know when. So it's going to impact on their life. More like I'm just channeling. So I know why sometimes people feel scared not to displease the society or do what society says you shouldn't do, because they are scared of losing companionship, losing friendship, losing people in their life, or staying alone. Now, speaking of alone, when people say, oh, this guy doesn't have any woman in his life, he's living alone. Sometimes I wonder what kind of image you have in your head when you say a man is living or a man is not married. Do you really think he's in his house staying desperate, or is in depression, wishing he has somebody to talk to? Seriously, come on, guys. I'm here having fun. Like I said, I started this video almost midnight. I just went and bought this suya and started showing. I was watching a movie. I was like, oh, no, let me talk about this. You really think I need somebody to be yapping, nagging at me? Of course, if I was a woman here, I probably wouldn't have wanted me to go out. Probably, no, I don't want you to go out. Even if she's here, probably she would be nagging. I should go to bed or whatever. Come on, guys. I wish I could turn this camera around to show you my place. I mean, guys, I'm having fun. So when you think that, when somebody says to you that he's not married and have chosen to stay unmarried for the rest of his physical life, you need to understand that, I don't know about you, but it doesn't mean that person is what? Lonely. Because sometimes when people say lonely, you look like one wretched man, seriously. Also, I don't use the word single. And that's nonsense. That's bullshit. Because single means like, oh, a single man means he's searching. That he's lonely. He's wretched. He's... Oh, sure. Honestly, I'm having the best time in my life. Happiest day of my life has been the time when I was not in any relationship than when I was in relationships. Normally, before I go into a relationship, I'll be like, oh God, if I get this woman, I'll be the happiest man on earth. But when I cross over there, wow, I've been thinking of, how do I get myself out of this? It's like barbed wire, as in you are just caged. You can't make any decision anymore. Everybody, you just stuck somewhere. Well, maybe other guys who are in relationships or married, you have your own way of doing it. Guys, go and do it your own way. Maybe working for you, but not for me. So if you're a lady thinking that, oh, don't bother, not interested, I will never be. So, have fun. So, maybe I will do another video when I stop this to discuss another subject. It's possible. because I'm really fired up. So I have so many things to talk about. So yeah, if you want, just keep doing what you do. If you feel that being unselfish is good, fine, go ahead. I'm not gonna stop you. If it's your part, you could do it. I can't tell you to stop. Guys, I'm having fun here. So just do what is best for you. I'll keep doing what is best for me. Because at the end of the day, understand that we are all going to leave this physical body. This body, we're gonna leave it someday. 5 children, 10 children, 20 children, wife, no wife, nothing, poor, rich. One day becomes a menu. Right now, how are you living it? Wretched, happily? I don't know, you get to define yourself anyway. I don't get to define you, so that's what I don't do. I don't define other people's happiness. You know what makes you happy. You know whether you're happy or not. So for me, I am. If you're not, obviously you know what to do. You don't even need to ask. When you start asking, means something is wrong. In fact, sometimes you're only asking to get validation to do what is already in your mind. You're not really asking for opinion or for solutions. You already have the solution inside you. Everything comes within. You're only seeking for validation. So guys, thinking of, actually I've opened the Patreon channel. Maybe I don't understand what is going on with this YouTube thing, saying they are demonetizing, blah blah blah. The thing is, I really don't care anymore whether Google, YouTube is going to pay me for all these videos or not. All I know is that I'm enjoying producing these videos because I'm telling my own stories. Nobody is telling my stories for me. So I won't be like what they did when Jesus was gone. Yeah, you think you know much about Jesus from that book called Bible. You don't. There's so much about him that's not written in that book. Yeah, that because he didn't tell his own stories by himself. He did, but okay, it was not written down on internet or anything. So people who now started doing it when he left started twisting certain things. Even after they did their own. Was doing the translation, they changed so many things. I mean, guys, let me not go into this. So we'll see in other videos. If you enjoyed this video, you can share it. There are so many social media platforms you can share it. This idea of clicking like, well, one thing about clicking like is it will help when you click like to other people probably following you will see it. Even me, sometimes there are some materials I'll read or watch, I'll feel so good I'll click like on it. Okay, So yeah, if it feels good to you, you can click the like. Of course, if you like the video I produce, my content, like I said, my video is going to be about me, authenticity, not going to fake myself. Whether you think I'm doing it right or wrong, doesn't matter. This is me. I'm doing my own autobiography. So, was it biography, autobiography, whichever. So, subscribe. Subscribe if you like this video. Subscribe. And I recommend it to other people. Just do your best to allow other men to watch this video. It's very long. Yeah, it's a long video, but then they will benefit a lot of things from this. Because sometimes it's from people's experiences that you'll be inspired to start looking into certain things, start asking questions. That's how I started too. It was from some of these things that I started asking questions. I started like, why this? And from there I became awoke. So, guys, bye. Let me.